Welcome back to TYT Sports. My name is Britton Harden, talking boxing, the sport that I love. This past weekend, we had a great weekend of fights. Obviously, the brand name fight, Canelo Alvarez, had a showdown with Erislandy Lara at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It was a great fight, a 50-50 match per the boxing insiders. They told us this was going to be a tough, competitive fight. In my opinion, there were two stories to this fight. There was what Lara did and what he did not do. Let's go down the list of what he did well first. First and foremost, he boxed wonderfully. The sport of boxing is about being hit and not being hit. Cuban fighters, which Lara is Cuban, they are aficionados in the boxing world. They know how to hit, how to not be hit, how to use angles, how to use distance. They know, how to use lateral movement, which is an excellent segue into my next point. He used excellent lateral movement. He befuddled Canelo Alvarez with lateral movement all night long, circling to his left for the most part of the fight, confusing him with simple 1-2 punches, the jab, the straight left, circling to his left, and Canelo just couldn't find him. He kind of exposed him in that sense, in the sense that Canelo doesn't do well with movers. He doesn't do well with pure boxers. And if he wants to continue to be a pay-per-view star, he's going to have to learn to deal with that style a little bit better than he did on Saturday night. Erislandy Lara won the fight on Saturday. He beat him 7-5. I mean, even if you're a Canelo Alvarez fan, you can't really be pleased with the way he won that fight. He didn't look bad. I mean, he didn't look good. He was exposed in front of his promoters. He was exposed in front of his Mexican countrymen, and he was ultimately saved. Now, let's talk about what Erislandy Lara did not do, the things that he should have done to really cinch this fight. He didn't back Canelo up. Everyone knows in the boxing world, you back Canelo up, he doesn't really fight well backing up. He's better when he's coming forward, fighting behind his jab, and he can use his superior body size imposing on the person that he's fighting. Lara, being the smaller fighter, we knew he was going to box from the outside, but at some point in the fight, he should have made it a purpose, like Mayweather did, to walk Canelo down. He had the power to do it. He had the distance to do it. He had the reach to do it with the jab, and he just did not execute on that front. He also did not go to Canelo's body consistently. There's been talks that Canelo has stamina problems, that he's having problems making the weight. You know, when someone has a problem making weight in boxing, you always want to go to their body. You want to test their stamina. You want to see how well conditioned they are. And Canelo has shown to fade in the later rounds in almost every big fight that he's been in, except for this one. It almost seemed like he was able to pick up the pace, and I think that's because he never was imposed by Lara's superior speed, or Lara never walked him down and made him think about throwing the wild punches that he was throwing. Thus, he ultimately was able to win the fight. Had he been able to go to Canelo's body a little bit more consistently, had he been able to walk Canelo down on top of landing the nice combinations that he did, use the lateral movement that he did, circling to his left, making Canelo throw the wild punches and miss, I think that the fight would have ended up differently. Ultimately, you have to call it what it is. He won the fight 7-5. He didn't win the politics of the fight. In my opinion, Lara knew that when you are given the biggest stage on boxing, you're facing one of the top 3 pay-per-view stars in the world. You say you don't like this guy. You want to prove that you're the better 154-pounder in the sport. You know that you have to go a little bit beyond yourself to really cinch up that victory, and Lara didn't do that. Ultimately, he has no one to blame but himself. He boxed the way he's always boxed, knowing that he was coming into the fight facing the new golden boy of boxing. That's what Canelo is. He has the bigger promoter, which also means he has the bigger protection in the fight. And you didn't do anything to cinch that victory. You didn't do anything to sew it up and really stake your claim on that fight and say that you were the better 154-pounder. Sure, he won the fight 7-5 in my opinion, but did he do anything to really put his name on that fight and say that he was better than Canelo Alvarez, no. That's just my opinion. This is a platform for me to be able to speak and for you guys to be able to interact with me. So please leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel about the fight. Let me know if you disagree, are impartial, or if you feel like Canelo Alvarez actually won the fight. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Tune in to TYT Sports for more boxing coverage.